Since Pokemon Winds and Waves is a brand new generation of Pokemon, it most likely will be giving us some brand new regional forms or regional variants of existing Pokemon, which is so cool. As of right now, of course, we don't know what the region is called, because of course, Paldea region, it's a Paldean variant, Alola is an Alolan variant. So let me know, do you guys have any theories or thoughts of what the region name will be for Winds and Waves? Because it's going to be based on Southeast Asia, so it's very tropical, so I don't know if you guys have any ideas, but let me know. And we know that we're going to be able to go underwater in this game just like the HM Dive, but in a full open world sense. So with that being said, I want to see some brand new water type regional variants, man. Now that would be awesome. So let's cover some brand new regional variants that I would absolutely love to see in this game. This Lantern variant is so sick because it kind of reminds me more of a deep sea Pokemon, which I do imagine we're going to be able to go pretty deep under the water. At least I really hope so, because I believe there's a thing from the Terra League called the Neon Abyss or something like that, which just sounds like it's going to be some sort of extremely deep cave system, and that would be perfect for this Pokemon right here. I absolutely love how it's actually holding like a Pokeball, because in real life these type of animals have like some sort of light dangling in front of them, so it'd be really sick if this Pokeball are actually like glowing underwater, because in this game we know from a lot of reputable sources that apparently the lighting is going to be very different. So the light effects should actually be really unique. I mean, in some of the leaked photos that we did see a long time ago, there was a picture of Lumineon, and let me tell you what, it definitely looked illuminated. It looked really, really good. So that's why I feel like a deep sea Pokemon would be awesome, especially with this crown that this guy is wearing. Once again, it would just be really cool if these little dots or orbs were glowing underwater. And of course, we have to have a variant of its first stage evolution. Now, I love this. I love the little glowing, floating halo around its antenna or whatever the heck you call this thing. Now, this would definitely be glowing. This is a electric and a psychic type, which I think is a really cool combination, honestly. I low-key could see this being electric and a fairy type as well. This would just be like such a majestic Pokemon to see underwater. I can just imagine it floating, just minding its own business while lighting up, looking so awesome. And this is another version of Lantern, which still has that orb with the halo element, but except it's floating above its head this time, which is a really cool feature, because I just think it's one of those things that people would really find unique and would turn this Pokemon into a fan favorite, just because it has a planet that looks like Saturn just hovering right above it. I mean, is that not the coolest thing ever? One of the coolest Pokemon of all time that I've always wanted a regional form for is Milotic. Now, this Pokemon is always so sick. This is a cool water and a ghost type variant. Now, this is 100% something that you would see way underwater, like in a cave, specifically that Neon Abyss, or whatever the heck it's going to be called. Probably be some sort of like late game Pokemon that you would not find until, late game. I love the color, and the white hair makes it look kind of old and wise. Bro, low-key, this would be some good inspiration for the legendary Pokemon. The legendary Pokemon in this game are going to be like grandparents or something like that. That's like kind of the vibe they want to give these Pokemon, is based on the Terra League. I like that idea a lot. The dark blue, almost kind of purple color is a really unique one as well. I just feel like this Pokemon is slept on. Like, not enough people talk about this Pokemon specifically, so I feel like a regional form would be really cool, especially since I've talked about it a lot. My bro Jayzard has talked about this one a lot. This is another one, so this is actually specifically for the Kalos region, but I threw it in here because it's cool, because it has a split tail. What a unique way to show off a different form of Milotic. I love the green. Now, I don't know what type this would be, because the green, obviously, you could say, like, well, maybe it's going to be a water and a grass type, or a water dragon type, but man, there are a lot of types I feel like this one could be. Milotic is also one of those Pokemon that I think would fit perfectly for the light type. I don't know why, it just really gives me that vibe. This just reminds me specifically of like a deep sea serpent, you know what I mean? And of course, the hair kind of also looking like a crown would make it like, the king or queen of the ocean. Milotic, man, definitely should be a legendary Pokemon. And also what I do like about this mon is that its first stage evolution isn't like anything crazy, but of course it evolves into something insane, just like how Magikarp and Gyarados are, man. My bro Jason and I worked together on our own 3D model of a regional variant Luvdisc. Now, we thought this would be so cool to make because we want to go with kind of like a heartbreak vibe, because obviously Luvdisc is a heart. You can tell by the eyes of this Pokemon right here that it's kind of sad because it is heartbroken right now. You can see the split right down the middle of it. And rather than its normal pink color, we got a red and kind of blue color combination going with this mon right here. I feel like a Luvdisc one would go crazy because it's low-key a forgotten about Pokemon. I think this is another one of those great example of Pokemon that if it did get a regional form, people may actually talk about it more. But let me know what you guys think about this. Jayzard and I are going to be giving you guys more concept art, and I cannot wait to make some more. And we have a leak of a flying fish type of Pokemon that is apparently like a scrap Pokemon from an early generation that they're going to bring back. It probably won't look exactly like this. I'm assuming they're going to make it look more modern in a way, but my theory for this Pokemon is that it's going to look kind of stupid and look kind of goofy for its first stage evolution, and then it's going to evolve into something insane. So it's going to get that same kind of Feebas Magikarp treatment where when it evolves, it's going to turn into a huge kind of sea creature. But except this one will have wings. So some sort of like sea winged creature, which makes perfect sense for winds and waves. I don't think it's going to be a legendary Pokemon, though. I think it'll just be a regular Pokemon because Ball Guy did say it's going to be a new basic mon, so I guess it's not going to be legendary, but maybe it'll have some sort of just connection to the overall, I guess, storyline or why the games are called Winds and Waves. That would just be super cool. I got one more in my lineup to show you now. This one is a water and a dark type, which is spooky. The hair almost kind of looks like coral in a way, which I don't know if that's exactly what it's supposed to be like, but the darker color with the purple makes it so ominous. And of course, Feebas just looking like it got out of the disco or something. Golem. Bro, these two designs go crazy. So this one looks like an underwater kind of mine, and of course, this one obviously literally looks like a planet. That would be absolutely insane. I'm still hoping to get some sort of Space Legends game in the future. That's why I think the Alola region would be really cool for a Legends game. Because we could also go to Ultra Space, so I really do feel like that would be so sick. These both would go crazy because they're so different from Golem, but obviously they look just like Golem. And if I had to pick one, I'm sorry guys, I gotta go with the space one. It just looks so sick. I could imagine that this one would just be kind of floating around just like Ghastly would be. And I feel like the ring around it would be also kind of just continuously moving and flowing, which would just be such a cool animation in this game because I feel like the animations for Winds and Waves are gonna be so cool. Kingler, man. Kingler has gotta get some sort of new version, especially because obviously we have so many beaches in this game, and I feel like any sort of crab Pokemon or just beach Pokemon, there's gotta be a couple regional variants. This artist actually wanted this to be a Paldean version, but I feel like, since we didn't get it in the Paldea region, it's gotta redeem itself for whatever region this game is gonna be set in. I love how spiky it is. Like, this makes this Pokemon look so much more mean. It's a water and a dark type. I think that's pretty fitting. One of the most fun things to talk about with regional variants is just like, what type could these Pokemon be? Because it's just all about the fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if it doesn't even make sense, it's just fun to think. Like, a water and a rock type. The Paldea region didn't really give us that many regional variants, so I'm hoping that Gen 10 does give us more. And the reason I'm saying that is because, bro, it's Generation 10. It's gotta go big, or they gotta go home. I'm hoping for 5 to 10 regional variants. That's kind of my wish list because that's a pretty good amount, but it's also not too many to where it's like, why are we getting a ton of regional variants? We should be getting new Pokemon because I'm also assuming because of the size of this map and of the region, I feel like we will be getting a pretty big Pokedex. Like just to fill in the map, like not just filler Pokemon specifically, but I mean like I hope that they're gonna kind of go in depth with these Pokemon designs. They're gonna have 5 years in between new generations, so I feel like they could really lock in and make some insane Pokemon. I cannot wait until we get another leak or hint or teaser at what one of the next Pokemon is gonna be. Now I know this one is not a regional variant, but I saw this online and this artist went crazy with this design. This is a full evolution line of Mimikyu. Bro, Bee, what a cute little guy. I absolutely love that because like he looks happy. You can see like the stages of kind of going more and more insane because in Mimikyu's form, just regular Mimikyu, it definitely is, is going a little crazy. I am you, which I liked how the artist told us how to say these Pokemon names, but you can see he is full on just creepy. It honestly does look like Raichu. I think that's intentional because look at that tail, but that'd be awesome. Now, I still would like a Mimikyu regional form, which I think the best way to do that would just be making a Mimikyu based on a different mouse Pokemon. Making Mimikyu based on Mousehold or something like that. That would be something really cool to see. Definitely be a very good Pokemon for Halloween. Let me just say that. Going on with another underwater Pokemon, I think Octillery would be so awesome. So I love how this kind of has like battle damage to his helmet and stuff. Bro, Octillery is such a slept on Pokemon. I swear. I wouldn't even mind if we got another octopus or like squid Pokemon in this game, like a brand new one, or like a Kraken even. That would be something really cool to see. This is a water and a steel type. Perfectly fitting because obviously he's underwater, plus he has like a metal helmet on. This form of Octillery, I'm assuming is going to be like a water and electric type, which is just absolutely insane. But I love this design because I feel like this would make sense for that Neon Abyss thing that we were talking about earlier, because the only thing I could think of with the Neon Abyss would be like weird, kind of bright, strange, odd Pokemon. And these next Remoraid and Octillery forms are actually based on a taser. This one is so sick. So this one is based on a taser, which you can totally see the inspiration for that for Remoraid, which is such a cool design. And bro, look at this. The yellow He's crazy. He looks like an actual tank, and I love that so much. Let me know your favorite design from this video, and huge shout out to all of the artists. All the links will be in the description down below. I just thought these are so cool, and as you can tell, pretty much almost all of these were based on water-type Pokemon, or Pokemon that you could probably find underwater, with the exception of a couple, of course, but I just thought it'd be fun to kind of give like a theme behind this regional variant video. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you guys are around watching this far in the video, comment down below. Mouse. Just the word mouse. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.